Friends Arena is a retractable roof multi-purpose stadium located next to the Lake Råsunda paragraph N in Solna, just north of Stockholm City Centre. Since its opening it has served as Sweden's national stadium for football. The main tenants of the stadium are Sweden's national football team and Allsvenskan football club AIK. Both relocated from their previous home at the Råsunda Stadium. The venue has a total capacity of 65,000 at concerts and 50,000 seated at football matches, but the stadium can be scaled down to provide a more intimate setting for smaller events with approximately 20,000 guests. Friends Arena is the biggest football stadium, and indoor venue, in the Nordic countries. History: initially there were plans to build a new national stadium close to the indoor venue Ericsson Globe in Stockholm, but at April 1, 2006 the Swedish Football Association made the decision to build the new stadium in Solna. It was calculated to cost around 1.9 billion krona to complete. The estimated cost before construction had begun was 2.3 billion krona. It replaced Råsunda Stadium, Sweden's former national arena for football. Råsunda will be torn down and will be the first stadium that hosted a FIFA World Cup in history to be removed. Blocks of 700 flats and office buildings will be erected on the site. Swedbank acquired the naming rights to the new stadium in a 153 million krona deal that will last until 2023. While the arena was originally to be known as Swedbank Arena under the deal, Swedbank announced on March 28, 2012 that it would donate its naming rights to Friends, a non-profit organization against school bullying of which Swedbank is a supporter. As such, the stadium was renamed Friends Arena. Opening ceremony on August 22, 2012, Friends Arena unveiled the plans for the opening ceremony which took place on October 27, 2012. The theme for the show was Swedish Moments and it was directed by Colin Nutley. Structure and facilities: the stadium has a retractable roof, enabling events to take place during the winter season and to host indoor entertainment shows. The facade of the arena can be lit up in 17 million different color schemes. For example, the stadium is lit up in blue and yellow when Sweden's national team is playing matches. Friends Arena is a UEFA Category 4 stadium, and the natural turf pitch measures 105 x 68 meters. In the middle of the stadium roof, a 240 square meters big media cube is placed where the attendants can follow what is happening. In addition, 647 LED screens are installed throughout the facility to enhance the guest experience. Events: Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden declared Friends Arena inaugurated at the opening ceremony which took place in the venue at October 27, 2012. The show, directed by famous Swedish director Colin Nutley, was entitled Svenska Ögonblick. Artists like Agnes Carlsson, The Hives, Icona Pop, Loreen, First Aid Kit and Röxt performed in front of a crowd of 46,000 people. Furthermore, 1,700,000 TV viewers watched the inauguration show live at SVT1. Swedish House Mafia made 3 acclaimed concerts during their one last tour in the arena. A total of approximately 115,000 people visited Friends Arena during the 3 sold-out concerts in November 2012. At November 14, 2012, the stadium hosted its first football game. Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored the first goal at Sweden's new national stadium in the 4-2 victory against England. The game was seen by 49,967 people, which is the current attendance record for a sport event. A spectacular new record for Swedish bandy was set at the 2013 Swedish Bandy Championship final, when Hammarby IF defeated Sandvikens AIK ahead of an audience of 38,474 persons under the closed roof. AIK played their first competitive football match at April 7, 2013. Visiting team Syrianska FC succeeded to get 1 point after a goalless game, but the better for AIK, they set a new club record attendance for a home game in Allsvenskan of 43,463. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band played 3 sold-out concerts at Friends Arena between May 3, 2013 on their Wrecking Ball tour, breaking the venue's attendance records with over 55,000 attendees at each show. In thanking Swedish fans for their long-time support and loyalty, Springsteen played full albums during the concerts, Born to Run on May 3, Darkness on the Edge of Town on May 4, and Born in the USA on May 11. The final of the UEFA Women's Euro were played at July 28, 2013. 41,301 people watched Germany overcome Norway with a score of 1-0. The game set a new attendance record for a Women's Euro fixture. Solna became also the first city in Europe which has hosted all 4 big football championships. The arena also hosts motorcycle speedway as part of the Speedway Grand Prix World Championship Series and has hosted the Speedway Grand Prix of Scandinavia since 2013. The temporary track at the arena is 275 meters in length. Points of interest. The stadium is located a 700-meter walk from the Solna commuter train station, where the Kvarkaran CRBANAN tramway and local buses are also available. The arena, located about 6 km from Stockholm Central Station, has parking for 300 charter buses and 4,000 cars. Along with the stadium, there will also be built a number of hotels with a total of approximately 400 rooms, restaurants for 8,000 guests, office areas for 10,000 employees, conference exhibition centers and 2,000 flats. Moreover, a new shopping mall with 240 shops and a multi-screen cinema has opened near the stadium in 2015. The mall is called Mall of Scandinavia and is the biggest shopping center in Sweden. The total project is calculated to cost more than 4 billion Swedish krona. Football average attendances. See also, List of indoor arenas, List of stadiums in Nordic countries. References. External links. Friends Arena on Facebook, Swedish Football Association, Stadium Guide article.